Hi everyone, this is Coach Christy from CrossFit Mokina bringing you our workout for Thursday, May 28th, 2020. It is called the 12 Days of Quarantine. Members, as I'm sure you know by now, we are very excited to be opening this weekend. Classes are most likely going to be full this Saturday and Sunday, but have no fear. These are just our trial classes, and we will be hitting the ground running with a full schedule of 9 or more classes starting on Monday. We just got to get through these trial classes first, see how everything works out, and then we will load the schedule into the Tribe app. Just a reminder, number 1, you must arrive wearing a mask. Number 2, we need you to sign the new waiver. Number 3, at the check-in station at the garage door, we need you to change your shoes. Number 4, we are then going to put on some hand sanitizer. Number 5, you will then get your temperature taken by a coach, and then if all 5 of those stations are cleared, number 6, you can enter the facility and pick out your personal workout spot inside the box. Once you get to your personal spot, it is up to you. You are more than welcome to remove your mask, or you can leave it on for the duration of class. That is your call. So let's talk about what we have going on today. 12 days of quarantine is going to follow the same concept as our 12 days of Christmas WOD. That tends to be a little bit longer, which means we just have a warm-up and a workout today. This part over here underneath the warm-up is actually the post-WOD. So let's talk about the warm-up first. The warm-up is going to be a 100-meter run. Then we're going to get the legs nice and loose by doing 10 leg swings, both forward and backwards and side to side. And then we'll stretch out our shoulders using a PVC broom or mop. After that, it's quite a long list, but we are going to do 6 of each WOD move. So let's talk about the workout, 12 days of Christmas. In the warm-up, you've already done the 100-meter run. So we are going to do 6 of everything else. We are going to do 6 wall walks, 6 kettlebell or dumbbell sumo deadlift high pulls, followed by 6 kettlebell or dumbbell lunges, 6 kettlebell or dumbbell swings, 6 kettlebell or dumbbell power cleans, 6 push-ups, 6 snatches, 6 V-ups, 6 of those thrusters, 6 box jumps or step-ups, and then 6 burpees. Once you are done doing 6 of everything, notice the rep scheme written at the bottom. The actual workout follows the 12 days of quarantine with the rep scheme 1 through 12. You will start with a 100-meter run. Then notice at the bottom, we are going to do 2 wall walks, followed by another 100-meter run. Then we are going to do 3 sumo deadlift high pulls, 2 more wall walks, another 100-meter run. Then 4 lunges, 3 sumo deadlift high pulls, 2 wall walks, another 100-meter run. Then 5 kettlebell dumbbell swings, 4 lunges, 3 sumo deadlift high pulls, 2 wall walks, 100-meter run. Then you go to 6 and go backwards, 7 and go backwards, 8 and go backwards, 9 and go backwards, 10 and go backwards, 11 and go backwards, and you're welcome. That means you are only doing burpees 1 time. You will do 12 burpees, go backwards through the list. After you finish that final 100-meter run, you have completed the 12 days of quarantine. Let's talk about our post-WOD. For those of you interested in getting a star next to your name, the post-WOD is going to be 2 rounds. You're going to bring a clock with you. You're going to head out on a 100-meter run. As soon as you're done, take a look at the time. Give yourself a 30-second break. After 30 seconds, increase the distance to a 200-meter run, and then give yourself a 1-minute break. After that, complete a 400-meter run, followed by a 2-minute break. After this 2-minute break, we go through the list again. Back up to a 100-meter run, 30-second break, 200-meter run, 1-minute break, and then finish with a 400-meter run. So that warm-up, as we mentioned, the warm-up is going to start with a 100-meter run. After that, we are going to do 10 leg swings. Keeping my torso nice and tall, I'm going to swing my legs forward and backwards, and I'm going to swing my legs side to side. And we want to make sure we do this on each side of the body. After that, we are going to grab our PVC broom or mop and do some shoulder stretches. My suggestion, I would start with 10 pass-throughs. Hands in the snatch grip, backwards and forward. Then I would do 5 around the worlds each way. So 5 around the worlds leading with the right arm, and then 5 around the worlds leading with the left arm. After that, let's put the PVC in front of us for 10 seconds. One hand on the PVC, bring your chest down to the floor. Then we'll switch hands, chest down to the floor for another 10 seconds. Then we'll put both hands on the PVC and again, bring that chest down to the floor, holding for 10 seconds. I would then put the PVC broom or mop behind you, one hand by your head, the other by your low back, pull up to the ceiling and hold in that position for 10 seconds, and then down to the floor, also holding for 10 seconds. Of course, we want to reverse that, other hand by our head, switch to the other hand, low back, pull up and hold for 10 seconds, and then we're gonna pull down and also hold that for 10 seconds. After our PVC broom or mop shoulder stretches, as I mentioned, we are going to do 6 of every WOD move. Now we've already done the 100-meter run. So the first movement we're going to do 6 of is going to be a wall walk. I'm going to actually demo that last because I'm going to remove my shoes for that. I personally work out outside, but inside, I don't want to get my shoes to scuff up the wall. So I'm gonna demo the wall walks last. So after the wall walks, we have 6 sumo deadlift high pulls, SDHP. So the S is for sumo. I am straddling the kettlebell or dumbbell with my feet wider than my squat stance. D is for deadlift. Back is flat, weight is in my heels. HP is for high pull. So I'm bringing my hands up to my collarbone and bringing my elbows high, and then back down to the floor. So 6 sumo deadlift high pulls. From another angle, from the side, back is flat, weight is in my heels, and I pull, bringing the kettlebell or dumbbell high up the body and keeping my elbows high. After 6 of those, we have 6 kettlebell or dumbbell lunges. You can hold the kettlebell or dumbbell however you wish. I personally hold it in a goblet position in front of me. When I do a lunge, I make sure my knee is over my ankle and the back knee lightly touches the ground. So we will do 6 lunges. After those lunges, 6 kettlebell or dumbbell swings. Tiny little dip, push on that kettlebell or dumbbell with our hips, squeezing our glutes at the top and making sure we get our biceps by our ears, bottom of the object facing towards the ceiling at the top of that swing. After the swings, we have power cleans. Because it's 6, we are going to do 3 on each side. The power clean ends at the shoulders. So one hand on the kettlebell or dumbbell, I pull it up the center of the body as I shrug, high elbow, and dip to receive, right at the bicep position or the front rack shoulder position, from the floor and up to the front rack. From another position, it starts on the floor, pull it up the body, and catch in a standing position. We will do 6 cleans, 3 on each arm. Then we have 6 push-ups. Hands go underneath our shoulders. Elbows are going to track back along the ribs till my chest touches the floor, and then I come to full extension. If we need to roll up, we can, or we can roll down and roll up. What we're looking for full range of motion is our chest touching the floor and full extension at the top. After that, we're going to do 6 snatches. Again, 3 on each arm. While the clean stops in the front rack position, the snatch finishes completely overhead. So I'm going to start from the floor, same beginning mechanics where I shrug and I high elbow, but then I come completely overhead and finish in a standing position. So again, from the floor, one motion up overhead. So from the floor, keeping the kettlebell or dumbbell close to the body, one motion up overhead. After those 6 snatches, we are going to do 6 V-ups. I'm going to come down to the floor. Upper body and lower body are coming off the floor at the same time, trying to make contact of my hands with my shoes. After those V-ups, we have thrusters, 3 on each side. Notice we're catching now, we're going to be splitting things. So kettlebell or dumbbell in the front rack position. A thruster is a full squat, and then a press overhead. So my weight is in my heels, my feet are underneath my shoulders, full squat, press overhead. We want to make sure we keep our torso tall and we don't hinge forward as we're doing that thruster. After the thruster, we have box jumps or step ups. I do not have a box, so I'm going to demo a step up. I'm going to simply come on top of my chair, full hip extension at the top. And we want to make sure we alternate our leading leg. If you are doing a box jump, it's a tiny little dip. I'm going to swing my arms for momentum, land lightly on top of the box. And again, just like with those step ups, full hip extension at the top, meaning we are standing nice and tall. The last movement we are going to do 6 of is going to be burpees. Chest and thighs to the floor. And then I clap when I get overhead. You can absolutely step down and step up and clap overhead if we need to. After you go through 6 of everything, we are then going to go into our workout. Reminder, this is like the 12 days of Christmas. Think of this song. On the first day of Christmas or the first day of quarantine, you're going to head out on a 100-meter run. Then on the second day of quarantine, you're going to do 2 wall walks and another 100-meter run. On the third day of Christmas, you're going to do 3 sumo deadlift high pulls, 2 more wall walks, and another 100-meter run. On the 4th day of Christmas, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5th day of Christmas, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're just calling it the days of quarantine because we are all in quarantine. So I'm going to demo those wall walks. So I'm just going to remove my shoes. For a wall walk, we are going to start flush against the ground. So I'm going to lay down on the floor, chest and thighs on the floor. I'm going to push myself up into a push-up position, and then I'm going to walk my feet up the wall until my nose comes to the wall, and then I control back down to the floor. If we cannot go up all the way, that's okay. Go as far as you're comfortable. Another thing, if we don't want to do wall walks at all, our modification is times 3 hand release push-ups. So yes, there are already push-ups in the workout, but if we're not doing wall walks, it is times 3 hand release push-ups. So instead of 2 wall walks, I will do 6 hand release push-ups, coming down to the floor, hands off the floor, and coming back up to full extension. Now, some of you may want to use a barbell for this. If you're going to use a barbell, think of all the movements we could use. Thrusters, snatches, power cleans. Most likely the snatch is the weakest move. We want you to set up for only 45% of your 1 rep max. This is a movement or a workout that is intended to move quickly through the reps. Trust me, it will still be a very long workout. So therefore we want our barbell to be set up light. So good luck everyone. Once you're done, make sure you tackle that post WOD, and I can't wait to see you at the